Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Storm Collectibles New York Comic Con exclusive Mortal Kombat Smoke figure, which is another repaint, but, people are complaining about these repaints, I guess, and I don't quite understand it. The characters are literally repaints. They're recolors of the original characters, at least that's how they started. That's what they're gonna be. You wouldn't want to not have the rest of the ninjas. Why is it a problem for some people that they're making the ninjas? I understand wanting other characters, but to say that they shouldn't be making these is asinine as far as I'm concerned. How much better is it to have all of them than it is to only have a few? It's 100% better. That's a fact. You can Google it. You couldn't. I made that up. But you get what I'm saying. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I like these things. And this one's maybe one of the better ones. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just shy of 7 inches, which makes him just about 17.5 centimeters, give or take, right around there. Same figure as before. It's the same exact figure as before, except the color. It is a repaint, as I said. I'm okay with it. If you're not, then you're probably not watching this review anyway. Here's the interesting thing, though. We have had a few issues here and there with the QC on these guys. No more. This one is, like, perfect, QC-wise. I don't know if they did that on purpose or if it's just coincidence or what, but this guy in Rain, flawless articulation, maneuverability. We'll get to that in a second. First, let's talk accessories. We have, of course, the interchangeable face masks. We have the cloth and the whatever you want to call it. We have a bunch of different hands, 2 fist hands, 2 karate chop hands, 1 gripping hand still, I don't really need that. 2 kind of clenchy hands, and then 2 kind of style pose hands. We have 4 smoke effects that connect to him. 2 that go around the wrist, 2 that go around the ankles. And then we have 1 that is just like one that goes on the floor. And these are all translucent plastic with relatively heavy blackish, translucent black, and then a little bit of gray on there also. Pretty cool looking. I like them. As far as the ones that go on the wrists, no problem at all. The wrists are made to come off, or the hands are made to come off, obviously, so that's fine. The ankles, they are ball pegs. I was very hesitant to try to take the feet off and put the smoke effects on, and there appears to be a crack in the plastic still, but the ankles are still stiff, and I have moved them around and taken them off multiple times now. There's no issue, so at least as far as mine is concerned, again, do this at your own risk and use caution. I had no trouble taking the feet off to put the smoke effects around the ankles. So I can say it works, but it could possibly end up being a loose joint for somebody out there. But for me it works, and that's all I can attest to. Alright, as far as the paint job goes, it's pretty straightforward. The gi is metallic. I'm not sure why it's metallic. I think it's because in later games he had more of a metallic look, but I'm pretty sure originally it was just gray. And it's questionably dark. To me, I don't mind. But that's because it's metallic, so it ends up looking lighter. I could see other people not being pleased with it, especially the hardcore Mortal Kombat people. I'm more of just a person who appreciates the game rather than like a serious fan of Mortal Kombat, if that makes any sense. So I'm okay with it. It seems okay to me. I could definitely understand some of the complaints, but I'm okay with it. Then the skin still looks good, and then there's still this kind of dry brushy look to the plastic everywhere else. So relatively basic color scheme, but still looks really nice. It seems to me that, at least in the camera, it looks especially nice with these harsh lights hitting the metallic parts. So, I don't know. It looks cool to me. I'm okay with it. Articulation's exactly the same, but functional. It's still double ball peg for the neck. Still gives you a gap when you look up because of how far down inside the head the ball peg connects. When you look up, you do get gapping. But otherwise, it's perfectly functional, so no problems there. Shoulders are connected on a big ball peg, so they still move all the way around, and we still have our hinge that lets them go all the way up really nicely, no problem at all. Full rotation, all the joints are just so creamy and nice, very good. This is still super flexible, by the way. Bicep swivel is fine. Double jointed elbow works really nicely. Wrists, no problems at all swapping out the hands. I didn't have any ball pegs come out of the wrists, so that's really nice. So you have the ball peg and the hinge, very nicely done. Floaty wrist piece is very nice. Single, maybe double ball peg in the upper torso. No stiffness beyond what it should be, so I really like that. Lower torso. Let me make sure I grab the right stuff. Can I grab there? Yeah. Lower torso, again, no exceedingly stiff problems. That's really nice. Full rotation, no squeaking, no chirping. That's very good. Bringing the hips all the way out to the side. Better than horizontal, still the best hip range motion movement out of any figure this size that I've ever reviewed. It's fantastic. That's because they just use a big old ball peg in there with a standard socket, so that's nice. And when it's done right, that's a really effective joint. Ball pegs are really underutilized, I think, in action figures these days. Really good range going forward and back. It's tricky to get the right tolerance in the ball peg to make it work properly, but when you do, boy is it effective. You do get a thigh swivel in there, just a little bit, not a ton. Double jointed knees, perfectly creamy movement, very nice. I'm telling you, as far as QC goes, none have been better yet. This is really good. And then for the ankle, we have the hinge and the ball peg combination, which is still not the best range ever, but functionally, it's really well executed on this guy. You do get a little bit of range for an ankle rocker type motion, but minimal. And then you have your toe hinge, which is still blah. But very, very well executed. Nothing new here, other than the accessories, of course. So, I mean, at this point, if you don't know if you want to buy these or not, I can't really help you beyond what I just did, which is to show you that it's a really well executed figure. Couple issues here and there, maybe. Actually, on this guy, the issues aren't really there, other than the limited ankle range. This is a really, really top-notch figure. Very pleased with it, and I'm sure you guys will be too. So give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. That does help me out a whole bunch. YouTube pays attention to that sort of thing, so please do so. And don't dislike it no matter what. Absolutely. No, I'm just kidding. Do whatever you want to do. But if you haven't subscribed, you really should consider it, because I have new videos up just about every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.